All right. Hello, everybody. Just getting a bit of housekeeping together, waiting for Instagram before we go properly live. And Instagram is about to go live. All right. All right, this feels very strange, but greetings, fans of the esoteric. Here I am. It's me, Bernard. Hello, Bernard is here. And we're going to start with a little bit of music. Let's go to Bernard Cam. OG Bernard Cam. I suppose they're all Bernard Cam today, aren't they? But let's go to OG Bernard Cam for this. When I look out my window, many sights to see. And when I look in my window, so many different people to be, that it's strange. It's strange. You've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. Oh, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. When I look over my shoulder, what do you think I see? Some other cat looking over his shoulder at me, and he's strange. Sure, he's strange. You've got to pick up every stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch. Beatnik's out to make it rich. Oh, oh no. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Season of the Witch, a very fine request from last week. Somebody donated very kindly and requested Season of the Witch. Now, I can't for the life of me remember who it was, so I'm very sorry to that person, but I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope everyone else enjoyed that. So, hello, greetings, fans of the esoteric, I should say. Obviously, I will address the elephant in the room, which is that Magenta is not here. She, unfortunately, is engaged in a big esoteric battle with the dark forces. So she is unfortunately not available today. She'll be back next week, but she's here with us in spirit, and she sends her apologies. So it's just you and I, just thee and me today. It's full-on Bernard Cam. I've got two cameras here. Not that it makes any difference. I feel like I should be having a conversation with myself, like I'm interviewing myself. So, Bernard, what do you think about the state of the world today? Well, I think it's absolutely terrible. I quite agree. Good. All right, now we've got that out of the way. Who have we got? Who have we got in the chat? Let's say hello to some people. We've got Naya here. Sam Alex Caldwell, hello. Hello No. Hello Zordak. Hello Ace. Naya's brought her sister. Wonderful. Lovely to see some new faces. Shouldn't I support her? Are you saying, shouldn't I support Magenta, where Magenta's perfectly capable of fighting the esoteric forces on my own? I think I'd only get in the way. After all, I've got druid duties. I have to keep an eye on the portal, you see. Otherwise, all manner of beasties could come through the portal. So Magenta's got it all very much in hand. Let's see. How many have we got watching? we've got 18 watching. That's a lovely little number. So, of course, this is, by its nature, going to be very much a Bernard request line today, which is fine. So I am probably going to be very busy here trying to deal with all of your requests. So if you have any requests for songs, feel free to throw them at me, because we're definitely going to have time today. We're not going to be doing any esoteric readings, unfortunately. That's not my area of expertise. Now, I wouldn't want to interfere with that because, you know, if you have to be very careful when you do these sorts of esoteric readings. You can unleash terrible dark forces if you're not careful. You don't want to mess around if you don't know what you're doing. And I do not feel qualified to do that on my own. So, fire your requests at me, and I will do my best to deal with them. I've got some spooky songs prepared, of which Season of the Witch was one. And I also think I might play a bit of Beatles. I feel like playing some Beatles, so I might alternate Beatles with spooky songs. And I've also got a few little knickknacks and gubbins for us to look at. I will go to the other cam to show you those. Ooh, very exciting view. We've got a stylophone here, and it's not just any stylophone. It's a stylophone Gen X1, which is actually like a little mini analog synthesizer. Very exciting. You can get some really wonderful science fiction sounds out of this, so we might have a little play with that later on. And I also have this little invention here, which is of my own creation. This is a spooky noise box with lots of little knickknacks and nubbins attached. They don't sound like much on their own, but when you plug it in, boy howie, let me tell you, it gets rather exciting. So, we've got all that to look forward to. And of course, we are raising money for a very wonderful charity. It's in fact the same charity as we were raising money for last week, but because we cocked up and put the wrong link in the description, in the chat, we thought we'd better have another go. So we are raising money this week for Care International. We told you all about them last week and all the wonderful work they do. We heard a very lovely story of a lady, Megan, I think, who was one of the very first recipients of a care package all the way back during the war, and she's still with us today. So she told us her story. We told her story last week. So you should all hopefully be familiar with Care International. Wonderful work. So please do donate. I'm going to keep looking back and see whether we have any more donations coming in. Let's see. Yes, we've already had another one come in. Who's donated today? I'm going to open the emails. Oh, yes, and of course you can email in still. It's probably best to use info@longcatmedia today, which you should have on your screens. So if you do want to email with a request or a question or anything you like, really, I will be happy to look at that and oblige. I'm making sense on my own, aren't I? All right, I'm just calling up the email here now so I can give this person a proper thank you. Heather, thank you very much for your donation. That's all appreciated. All donations are wonderful. It's a very, very good cause. I will be regularly at various points in the stream today activating the charity donation time jingle.
Charity donation time.
Charity donation time.
Charity donation time. Charity donation time.
There it is, my most elegant jingle. So yes, please do give generously if you can. Every little helps, even a tiny amount, a few pounds or dollars. It all goes to a very good cause. Right, let's see. What have we got in the chat? We have a very fine request here. Do you know Love Potion number 9? I do know Love Potion number 9, Zordak. That's a very, very good request. I will see if I can play that. Can I play Leave This Place Behind Me? Something by the Smiths. So Leave This Place Behind Me is a song from the podcast Mockery Manor, if you're not familiar. It's a very good podcast, if we do say so ourselves. Let's see. Carl, greetings, I'm late. Greetings, you are late, but that's okay. That's fine. Fabulous PJs, the one and only Mrs. C. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got my very expensive looking patterned PJs, we had a whole conversation about how these, if you wear a pattern all over your body, even if it's just a pair of pajamas, somehow that looks designer. Somehow our brains see a repeated pattern all over the body and think, oh, that looks like designer wear. It's interesting that. It's a sort of psychological effect. I think designers like to plaster their logos and paraphernalia all over an outfit. So maybe that's what we're getting in our minds when we look at that. And I'm also sporting this lovely little kefir. This was made in Palestine. So it was made in one of the very few factories still operating, making these in Palestine. So very much, very glad to support them and buy and wear one of these little fetching kefirs. Quite cool, I think. I think it looks rather aloof. All right, let's see if I can do Love Potion number 9. That's a very good request. Are we familiar with this song? I know the version by The Coasters, but I think a lot of people have covered it. Let's see. Oh, The Searchers. Interesting. But it's a good spooky Halloween classic. I'm going to see if I can play that now. I've got it up on the screen. Should we go to Bernard Cam for this? Trad Bernard Cam? Let's do it. Here we go. All right. Do we like that as a key? That feels right. I took my troubles down to Madame Ruth. You know that gypsy with the gold-capped tooth. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. Let's work out the chords first. She's got a pad down on 34th and Vine. Selling little potions of love, potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been that way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes. I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed a cop down on 34th and Vine, he broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. She bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine, it looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes. I took a drink. Didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside. But when I kissed a cop down on 34th and Vine, it broke my little bottle of love potion number 9. 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 By The Searchers, 1963. I've gone into full DJ mode here. Love Potion number 9 by The Searchers from 1963, going all the way back there. A classic. All right, yes, we know the link, Ace. We know the link still says last week we're raising money for the same charity again. This is in support of Care International, because we screwed up the link last time, so we've deliberately put the same link back in again this week. Because we feel we sort of did Care a bit of a disservice by putting the wrong link in last week. So that's why we put it up again. Thank you, Ace, for your donation. Please do keep them coming. Let's see. Do we have the link for the scarf? I will dig that out at some point. I might have to dig that out from my emails. But it's a good point. We should have the link for the scarf. Yeah, so good. Thank you, says Zordak. You're very welcome. I do love that song. I used to play that in a function band that I used to be in. So, what can we do now? I might play a Beatles song. As promised. Do love this tone. This Telecaster just absolutely sounds lovely for these sort of 1960s songs, doesn't it? Isn't that lovely? This guitar's so good. I'm not going to, just because Magenta's not here, I'm not going to get too nerdy about all my music bits, but I feel like I might push it a little bit more this time. Get a little bit nerdier. Just because it's us, you know? And also, everything that I'm doing is running just through this one little pedal. This is my amp. This is all of my sounds. Isn't it incredible? Just this one little guy. In the old days, you'd have to bring a massive great amp, a huge amplifier full of tubes and springs and any number of heavy items to get any sound at all. And now, you just plug into one of these little guys. And it makes a really beautiful tone. But, in the meantime, I'm going to play a very nice little Beatles song. Do I know the lyrics? I think I know the lyrics. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen. You don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. Nowhere man, don't worry. Take your time, don't hurry. Leave it all for somebody else lends you a hand. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Nowhere Man. What a lovely song. You honestly, I think people these days are a bit nervous about covering the Beatles. I don't know whether it's maybe they consider it a bit hackneyed, a bit like sort of everyone does it, or is there a sort of swing against the Beatles? A little bit like it's a bit of a cool position to take to not rate the Beatles, because for so many years people were sort of told, oh, if you don't like the Beatles, you don't like music. That was a thing I genuinely used to hear people say. If you don't like the Beatles, you don't like music, which is ridiculous, of course. It's really recognizing the Beatles' importance in the history of music, but completely taking that idea way too far and just pushing it over into ridiculous absolutes. And only a Sith deals in absolutes. Thank you very much. We're all nerds here, says Rachel. You're my people. You're my people. I'm glad you're with me. We could play She's Not There in honor of Magenta. That's a very good idea. We'll come back to that. But before anything else, I want to show you some of these toys that I've brought with me. I'm just going to turn up my volume so we can hear a little bit of stylophone. Now, this is the stylophone Gen X1. Now, funny story about this. I got this for free. I'll put you onto the main cam while I tell this story. I got sent this for free because I did a tribute show to David Bowie, and in that show I played a normal stylophone, the normal sort of little organ-looking stylophone, and I tagged Stylophone, the official account, on Instagram in this video of me playing a David Bowie song at this tribute show. And they got in touch and said, would you like one of these? Would you like us to send you one of these? So I was like, absolutely, yes, I would love you to send me one of those. So they sent me this Gen X1. It's the only time I've ever had a musical instrument endorsement from a company, and that company was Stylophone, which I think is rather charming. So let's turn it on. What is it? This one here. I'm going to crank it up. Ooh, that was a good noise. So, you've got various little knobs and buttons here, and if you've ever seen a normal stylophone, you'll recognize this as your little strip that you can play notes with using this, a stylus, which is why it's called a stylophone. So you can go... Now, normally, you would expect it to play a sort of beep, 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 beep. But because this is a full-blown little synthesizer with lots of knobs, you can get a lot more cosmic than that on here. Let's do something dark and moody. bit of stylophone action to do a Pink Floyd-style psychedelic wig out. I feel like I'm sort of faintly 60s themed this evening, doing all 60s songs and having psychedelic wig outs. I'm here for it, as the kids say. That's magic, says Naya. It is really, isn't it? I mean, look at it. This looks like a toy. You really wouldn't have thought that those sounds, that this would be capable of making sounds like that. And sure enough, it is. I could play with that thing for hours. I absolutely love it. All right, what was the very good request that someone came up with? Oh, she's not there. That's a very good request. Francesca, thank you so much for your donation. Because of that, I'm going to play the charity donation time jingle again.
Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time.
It's all very much appreciated. Please do dig deep and give, if you can, to Care International, which is our charity for today. It was the charity last week, and it's our charity again today. So far, we have raised £183. Thank you very much, everybody. That is wonderful. Please do keep donating if you possibly can. All right, let's find the lyrics to She's Not There, originally by the Zombies? I want to say the Zombies. Yes, it was the Zombies, 1965. Okay, now we've got the lyrics up. I feel like it's another A minor. Oh, it's quite similar to... Gosh, it's very similar to Love Potion number 9. I could have segued them. That would have been smart, wouldn't it? All right, let's give this a try. Just making sure I know it. Well, let me tell you about the... All right, I've got it. Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looks, the way she'd act and the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. No one told me about her. What could I do? Well, no one told me about her, though they all knew. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looks, the way she'd act and the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. Let's do a guitar solo. Well, it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looks, the way she'd act and the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. She's not there. The Zombies. Thinking of you, Magenta, out wherever you are, fighting those demons. Jolly good. Sung by Cookie in Forbidden Planet. That's true. Yes, She's Not There was in the jukebox musical Return to the Forbidden Planet, sung by the character Cookie, inspired by the cook from the movie Forbidden Planet, which is in turn based upon The Tempest by William Shakespeare. Lots of layers to that. All right. More 60s, yay. All right, well, I mean, we're sticking with the 60s. I'm quite happy to do that. Anybody else got any 60s requests? Zoological Girl says, will you play the automaton for us? Well, I can if you're absolutely sure. Be careful what you wish for, because this thing is mercurial at best, unpredictable at best, interesting at best. I'll go to the main cam, so you can have a proper view of this. This is an instrument known as the automaton, and, well, it does this. It's very cute, but it's very, very difficult to play. Let me see if I can squeeze a tune out of it. Let's go for something else 60s. Ooh. Some other 60s tune that I can try and squeeze out of this thing. Just going to adjust the microphone so you've got half a chance of hearing it. I'm going to play Born Free by Matt Monro. That's legitimately the best I've ever got it to sound. Any other automaton? What is it? Is it a tamatone? A tamatone is what it is. Any other requests for this device? Most inappropriate request wins for this, I'd say. Yes. Looks like an axolotl. It does look like an axolotl. That's exactly what it looks like. Axolotls have faces that look pretend. It doesn't look like a real animal, an axolotl, if you've ever seen one of them, and it looks exactly like that. Ode to Joy, someone says. Very good. Goodness gracious. That's what it normally sounds like. I noticed somebody said, Godut or Godut 5589 says, the large version sounds so much better than the little one. I can't remember, is this the large one or the little one? Because are you saying that there's a smaller one that sounds worse than that? Or are you saying there's a bigger one that sounds better than that? Do let me know. Oh, dear Jesus. Yes, that's right. Benny Hill. Don't think I can physically play Benny Hill on that. Chuck Berry, that's a good request. What did somebody else? Falling in Love at the End of the World. I don't think I know that song. I'm sorry to say I don't know that. Yours is smaller. You have a smaller one than that. And this sounds better than that? God help us. Right, it's awful, they say. I mean, that one's pretty awful. I mean, I can do a bit of Chuck Berry in the meantime. Someone else did have a request last week, which I don't know if we even referenced, but we saw it on the comments of the stream afterwards, and it was a very good request. And that was, I Put a Spell on You which they attributed to Nina Simone, which is a very common mistake, but it was, and she did do a very famous and very beautiful version of it, but it was originally by Screaming Jay Hawkins. And if you don't know who Screaming Jay Hawkins is, I urge you to go and look up Screaming Jay Hawkins, or Screamin' Jay Hawkins, after this, or right now, to be honest, and then try and imagine him while I'm playing this. So this is I Put a Spell on You. Screaming Jay Hawkins version. I put a spell on you. Cause you're mine. Stop the things you do. I ain't lying. Yeah, I can't stand no running around. I can't stand no putting me down. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, I love you. I love you. I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. All right, that was about 1% of the intensity at which Screaming Jay Hawkins does that song. Very much worth checking out. Oh, have we hit a landmark on the fundraising? We've hit £295. Thank you very much, everybody. That's wonderful. Let's see, who do we have to thank? Francesca, Brett, and Cynthia, thank you so much. Those are very generous donations, and we love you for it. Thank you very, very much. It's all very much appreciated. £295 we're on right now. Let's play the jingle one more time.
Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time.
That's for you, Cynthia and Brett. We love you. Not 60s, but vaguely Halloween. They've said Vombie by the Cranberries. I assume they mean zombie. Vombie is something else entirely. But yeah, the zombie, that's a good shout. Let me call those lyrics up. Zombie lyrics. It sort of goes like a... Child is slowly taken, and violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? Zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, hey, hey. Powerful song, that. Very powerful song. Depressingly relevant still, of course. Zombie by the Cranberries from 19-something. I don't know exactly when that came out. When did that come out? Zombie is a protest song by Irish alternative rock band The Cranberries. It came out in 1994. Yes, continues to be very, very relevant. And a fine request. Bernard covers album. Oh yes, fitting you play Zombie today as Ireland elected new president. All right, I'm going to do some Chuck Berry in a moment, because that was requested. But before I do that, I'm going to plug in my creepy noise box. So I'll move the stylophone out of the way. And I'm going to temporarily unplug my guitar. Ooh. That proves it's live. And now we're in to the creepy noise box. So I'm going to go to Bernard Cam here. Oh no, I was on Bernard Cam already. I'm going to tilt the camera down here so you can see a little bit of this. So on its own, these little springs and doodahs don't sound like very much, but when you put them through a creepy reverb, you get some very, very interesting effects. Not sure the bike bell quite works in this horrifying context, but it's pretty good, isn't it? It can make any number of spooky sound effects. And I built this using two little tiny contact microphones. How can I show this to you? Shush. So we've got these two little contact mics in there, and they pick up all the vibrations of the box. And that if you hold one of these contact mics up to your mouth and speak into it, you can't hear anything at all. It doesn't pick up anything unless it's actually touching something. So it's perfect to mount into something like this. You can use them to go into a normal instrument or even an acoustic guitar or something like that. But this is my own little creepy invention. That's my favorite one, that one. Doesn't that sound like a big horrible church bell? Don't have nightmares, etc., etc. Pretty good, isn't it? Little noise box. Gosh. Because I turned the reverb up to do that, my guitar is now set on ambient. relaxing massage room and try to imagine a waterfall. Anyway, that's enough of that. Back to our nice 1960s spring reverb. There we go. So that was the noise box. Let's see, what are people saying in the comments? Yes, Nair, I did make that box. I just took an old wooden box and stuck a bunch of things to it to see what it does. It doesn't have guitar pickups inside. It has 2 contact microphones inside. I suppose you could do one with guitar pickups if you had the some kind of resonating string. It would have to be metal, I believe, for guitar pickups to work. I think they only work, because they're magnetic, I think they only work with a metal guitar string. But you could do that. You could do that. That'd be quite interesting. I might do that. It does sound like Hammer Horror. I agree with you, Heather. It does. And this is old school 1960s sound design techniques. This is. You'd have one of those. You'd plug it into a speaker that was in a big echo chamber, a literal echo chamber. So a tiled room, and the speaker would just play all of these horrible noises out of it, and all the sound would bounce around in the tiled room, and you would put a mic at the back of the room, away from the amplifier, so you captured not only the sound, but all of the echoey sounds of the room. That's how an echo chamber works. All right. Is this what my YouTube channel in the Mansion Catacombs was like? Yes. Yes, exactly. Although I did spend most of that YouTube channel talking about patch cables. But I made 50 episodes dedicated to patch cables, and then I deleted them all because I didn't feel like they were up to scratch, and you deserve better than bad videos about patch cables. Right, so Chuck Berry was a request, wasn't it? I might do that. Let's do Johnny... Well, I could do several. There's the Back to the Future one, or there's the Pulp Fiction one. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. So the Pulp Fiction one was... It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well. You could see that Pierre did truly love his mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They furnished up an apartment with a 2-bit robot sale. The coolerator was filled with TV dinners and ginger ale. But when Pierre found work, the London money coming worked out well. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They had a hi-fi phono and boy did they let it blast. 700 little records, all rock, rhythm and jazz. But when the sun went down, the rapid tempo of the music fell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. So there's that one. But probably the one to do. I think we all know the one to do. Let's do. Way down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood. Well, lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well that he could play the guitar just just like a ring in a bell. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Johnny be good. He used to carry his guitar in a gunny sack, go sit beneath the tree by the railroad track. The engineers would see him sitting in the shade, strumming with the rhythm that the drivers made. The people passing by, they would stop and say, oh my, why that little country boy could play. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go, go! Johnny be good. His mother told him someday you would be a man, and you would be the leader of a big old band. Many people coming from miles around to hear you play your music when the sun goes down. Maybe someday your name will be in lights saying, Johnny, be good tonight. Go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go, go! Go, Johnny, go, go! Johnny, be good. Johnny Be Good, a classic, a staple of the 12-bar blues, and of course, made famous by Back to the Future. Francesca, how about a bonus episode of Patch Cables and Gain Lifters? Don't threaten me with a good time. Little bit of David Bowie feel to one of the songs. I don't know what you're talking about, Ashley. Which song did you mean? Which song sounded like Modern Love? I can't think what that could be. Let's see, what should I do now? Was going to do Beatles if I got stuck. So let's do another Beatles song. I do like this one. Not many people sort of are aware of this because people know it, but I think they sort of forget about it. But it's a very good one, and it's one of those ones from the 90s that came out sort of in the old tapes that they found, the sort of incomplete songs. And it goes like this. Let's get the lyrics up. Let's get the lyrics up before anything else, before I embarrass myself. Not Mary J. Blige. That's not what I'm after. No song meanings. All right. All my little plans and schemes lost like some forgotten dreams. Seems like all I really was doing was waiting for you. Just like little girls and boys playing with their little toys. Seems like all they really were doing was waiting for love. Don't need to be alone. No need to be alone. It's real love. It's real yes, it's real love. It's real. From this moment on, I know exactly where my life will go. Seems that all I really was doing was waiting for love. Don't need to be alone. No need to be alone. It's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real. Yes, it's real love. It's real. I love that song. I think it's by far the best of the later tapes, the ones that they discovered later and re-released later on. I think it's gorgeous. Bernard, would it be okay if you put together a playlist of all the covers you have done but the originals? I could try. I can do my best. No promises. We can see. Now, apparently, there was a good... Someone said, good idea, Sam Alex Caldwell. Oh, I see. Will we ever see a video of Bernard teaching us about patch cables now that the rectory is gone? No. Unfortunately, all the footage that I was really happy with went down with the rectory. So, no. You'll just have to do your best to imagine perfect patch cable management. As you can see, I've got 3 going here. And this is an angled cable. An angled cable is quite handy because you can plug it into a guitar like this, and you can sort of tuck it behind your strap there, so it's out of the way. And that's the real beauty of an angled cable. These are straight cables, and these are TRS cables, which means they have 3 little points on the end here. TRS stands for tip, ring, and sleeve, which is not as dirty as it sounds. And that will give you a stereo signal, whereas one of these is just a TS cable, so just tip and sleeve, and that will give you a mono signal. So there you go. That's a little introduction to patch cables. Hope you enjoyed that. I bet you're sorry you asked. Right. Judas Priest has a really good Johnny B. Good cover. I've never heard that. I must investigate that. That sounds wonderful. All right, we've only got 1 minute left, so unless anybody's got any lightning-fast requests, I might just play something that I had prepared, which is not at all in keeping with the theme of the evening, but it is a really good song. So, you've got a couple of minutes. Well, you basically got 0 minutes to get your requests in, but if anyone would really like a request, now's the time to put it in. Let's have one final check to see if we've had any more donations. Let's do the charity donation time jingle one last time.
Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time. Charity donation time.
We have indeed. We are now on £332. Thank you so much. Let's see who donated. Oh, I don't know. Gosh. That's mysterious. I can't see who donated. It's not refreshing. Anyway, thank you very, very much. Jeremy, was it you? Cynthia, Brett, Francesca, Ace, Heather, Anonymous, Kelsey, Fern. All of you are wonderful. Thank you very, very much for all your donations. It really does mean a lot, and you're raising money for an excellent cause, Care International. So thank you very, very much, and thank you for being with me. And Magenta will be with us again next week. So, normal service will resume soon. But I'm going to play... Oh gosh, why has that gone so quiet? Has that gone very quiet? It has, hasn't it? There we go. That's what it should be. It's a bit loud now, isn't it? Is that a good volume? La 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 la. I'll turn it down a bit. All right, we're going to finish on a now for something completely different. This is I think, a modern classic, probably celebrating its 25th or 30th anniversary or something disgusting like that. But this is a wonderful little ditty, which I'm sure you will know. Her name is Noel. I have a dream about her. She rings my bell. Got gym class in half an hour. Oh, how she rocks in Keds and tube socks. But she doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. That's it to Iron Maiden, maybe with me. Her boyfriend's a dick. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and he drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, maybe with me. Oh yeah, dirtbag. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Oh yeah, dirtbag. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Man, I feel like mold. It's prom night and I am lonely, lo and behold. She's walking over to me, this must be fake. My lip starts to shake. How does she know who I am? And why does she give a damn about? I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, baby. Come with me Friday, don't say maybe. I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby like you. Oh yeah, dirtbag. Oh, she doesn't know what she's missing. Teenage Dirtbag, everybody. Thank you very, very much for joining me. This was obviously a bit of a strange one, but it's very appreciated that you're here, and all of your donations are also very much appreciated. So thank you very much. Have a lovely rest of your day and evening, and we will see you next week. Goodbye! Ending the stream, ending the stream, ending the stream, ending the stream.